Hello again, everyone, and welcome. This is 1AM, Strange and Supernatural channel. I am 1AM. I am your host. Now, this experience is also one of my own, and it is a true story of things that are outside of our understanding. The word supernatural, when I looked it up, means outside scientific understanding. And in my experience, it's something that our minds have a hard time grasping because it's so out there. It's so incredible that we have trouble describing what happened to us, even weeks, months after the event happened and the experience that we had happened. Alrighty. Now, this will be another retelling of my own experience, and I believe in retelling a story and how important it is to tell our stories and our experiences, strange or supernatural. Once again, if any of you out there that are watching and listening to this channel, please comment me in the box below and we can talk and tell our stories, our strange and supernatural experiences. And please put a like on one of the videos. It keeps this channel going. This experience happened in Pamela's home. And this has to do with strange smells that come out of nowhere that have no source of where it comes from. Let me explain. So let me first tell you the event, the experience, okay? What happened was I was staying with Pamela and Randy. And Randy is the one that told me about his UFO experience. Excuse me. So what happened was I was living with Randy for a time, about a year, and he wasn't home. It was just me and Pamela. I was in one of the rooms, and she calls me out of the room, and she says, "Hey, 1AM, come out here. Do you smell that?" And I took a whiff, and I said, "Wow, that smells like flowers, actually roses." And she said, "Yeah." And the thing about this smell was that it was not a perfume. It was real roses, as if you put your nose up to a rose and you took a whiff, and that's what it smelled like. And this smell was kind of in the middle of the living room, right about above our heads where the ceiling fan was. And we were thinking, how is it just lingering there? But the smell also moved around a little bit to the front door. So it moved from the ceiling fan. I remember the smell being around the front door a little bit, and even to the back room where I was at, where Pamela called me out of the room. And there are no fresh roses cut and put in a vase in the room. There's no fresh roses around. There are rose bushes outside of the house, outside of Randy's house, but for this smell to be that strong, it would not make it into the house and be in the area above our heads where, and for it to move around like that, it was really supernatural and unexplainable. That's how we can explain it. It was so wow. And not just And not just that, but I have never experienced anything like that before. A quick side note, I've seen other videos on people, like when they go to a place that's known to be haunted, have inexplainable and supernatural experiences in that home. I've heard of smells, like cigar smells, the smell of cigars, the smell of smoke, where they can't find the origin of it. And there's no fire, no one lighted up a cigarette or a cigar. Now back to the smell of roses experience that I had with Pamela. So it stayed there for about a minute. I would say about a minute. So the whole experience of the smell of roses happened for about a minute, and then it left. Now, Pamela tells me that she has had that experience before in her house. And I said, "Really? So you've had this experience before in this house?" And she said, "Yeah. And I am glad that you, 1AM, have had the experience too, that you had the experience too." Experience number 2. Now, another personal experience that I had in Pamela's home was in the back room. So, let's go back to when Pamela first called me out of the room. There are 2 rooms in the back. And I was in the leftmost room. So there's 2 rooms in the back and a bathroom. So the room that she was calling me out of is actually her granddaughter's room. So I was in that back room. I remember this being in the afternoon when this experience happened. And I started to smell something bad or rotten. It smelled like milk that was curdling. I have a hard time trying to find a smell that would match it, but it did not smell good. Now, I know that this smell in the room, in Pamela's granddaughter's room, was not from dirty clothes. It wasn't from, dirty clothes on the ground. It wasn't from the carpet. I smelled it also in the air, but it was bad. Now, the other experience that went along with this bad, rotten smell was, this was one of the first experience. Ladies and gentlemen, open your ears to what I'm going to say. With this rotten smell, I saw this, what people would call a spirit. And if I know someone that can draw this spirit, I can tell them what it looked like. It looked like the body of a lion or a cougar. And I know this sounds very, very out there, you guys, but I know what I saw. I was not drinking. I did not do drugs. When I had this experience of this rotten smell and seeing this spirit, it was also one of the more extreme experiences. I saw this spirit on the ceiling of this home, along with that bad smell. And I just wanted to observe this. I thought, wow, I've never seen that before. I kind of got the sense that the smell came from this bad spirit. Okay? And its face was all kind of, it wasn't pleasant to look at, but the body had the body of like a lion or a cougar. And this is one of the very few experiences, ladies and gentlemen, that I have had of visually, yes, visually seeing an evil spirit and a smell along with it. And this experience also happened for maybe about a minute or less than a minute. So, if you are having these experiences, you are not crazy. And once again, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And don't forget, you are never alone.